I like talking about my experience. No different from the next guy, probably that way. And in working with the chakras, I have the energetic experience of the chakra. I feel it whirling, swirling. I have an experience of its size, and this is an inner experience. It's an inner seeing. Some might call it a clairvoyancy. I also, on occasion, see the chakras visually, and they are phenomenal and very inspiring. I also have that same opportunity and acumen in terms of recognizing your aura and what needs to be shifted in order for you to be able to grow like a flower and do the final blossoming. This said, the forehead chakra, excuse my pause, the forehead chakra is advanced. It's one of the two higher chakras. The two higher chakras are gateways into our spirit, into our knowing ourselves in oneness, which is a deep subject, into developing our virtues through the subtle energies that are housed here in an area above our physical head called the causal body, which holds our higher spirituality, our higher self, our spirit, our soul. There cannot not be an awareness of God, however you might hold God in your understanding and perception. Once you move through the gates of the forehead chakra and the crown, you have to be extremely seasoned to do this, practiced. Your subtle energy is very refined. So I can be helpful to you to expand your subtle energy. In fact, we do that. It's one of our purposes together. What I've experienced in my energetic portfolio in terms of experiencing the chakras, the subtle energy systems, the higher bodies, the causal body, death, and so forth, is that there's a gland here called the pineal gland. It is actually the forehead chakra. The pineal gland is located in the center of your head, in the center of your brain, excuse me. And it's about the size of a pea. And it produces melatonin if it's happy and healthy. It produces more melatonin at night than it will during the day. It's very sensitive to light sensation. And it is also it's called the blue pearl often. And it's also the portal into your spirituality. So in that, I have that contact, and my third eye, my pineal, or the blue pearl is activated. There's various planes of activation, but mine is fully activated, and did make an interesting story that I can save for another time. I'm able to share that with you. So this means a lot, because the pineal is directly located in the plane known as the Buddhic plane. And in studying spiritual science, and picking up the terminology, which is labeling that very high mental plane. There's two mental planes, the high and the low one. The high one is referred to as the Buddhic plane. And the energy and personality of the Buddhic plane is ultimate awareness, ultimate knowingness, ultimate being. There's no thinking ever on the Buddhic plane. That would be considered, well, we're down there again in relativity and duality, and that's where that belongs. We've moved above that into just knowing, just being. There's no lying to someone that has an opened pineal gland, an activated pearl, because the senses are so tuned in. That person would know if someone was lying to them. You would just know. So with that said, I take a formula that I call the indigo waters. And when I'm doing my work remotely during the Divine Feminine, although sometimes I will include it as part of the spirit talks if I think it's valuable to my client at that time, I actually bring it down. It's not brought down from a plane that's unfamiliar to me because I am in the Buddhic plane. It's never separate. Not much is anymore. So that part of me that's the Buddhic plane will bring up my hands like this, and I'm connecting in terms of form with the Buddhic plane and those refined mental energies that allow clarity and allow a flexibility, an openness, a non-rigidity, that allow just knowing through your system. I bring it down through your system. It often opens the divine feminine, or it may both open and close the divine feminine. In that the Buddhic plane energies stimulated by the blue pearl affect your production of melatonin, you will probably find that you're going to be sleeping better, particularly if you've had an issue with sleeping following this infusion and integration of the indigo waters. The entire Spirit Talks is designed to integrate your divine feminine. And this is a good way to get it started.